In the small, secluded village of Black Hollow, nestled deep within a dense, ancient forest, there was a legend that had been passed down through generations. It was the tale of the Whispering Shadows, ghostly apparitions said to roam the woods at night, their voices carrying on the wind like faint, mournful sighs. The story began over a century ago when a young woman named Eliza lived in the village. Eliza was known for her kindness and her love of nature. She would often wander into the forest, collecting herbs and flowers and singing softly to herself. But one fateful evening, she never returned. The villagers searched for days, but all they found was her tattered scarf, caught on a branch near the edge of the forest. From that day on, strange things began to happen. People claimed to hear whispers in the woods, voices that seemed to call out to them, only to vanish when they turned to look. Some said they saw shadows moving among the trees, shadows that had no source. The villagers grew fearful, and soon, the forest became a place of dread, avoided by all but the bravest, or the most foolish. Years passed, and the legend of the Whispering Shadows became a cautionary tale. But for one young man named Thomas, the story was more than just a myth. Thomas had always been fascinated by the forest, and he believed that the whispers held a message, one that had been lost over time. One moonlit night, against the warnings of the villagers, Thomas ventured into the forest. The air was thick with the scent of pine, and the only sound was the rustling of leaves underfoot. As he walked deeper into the woods, he began to hear it, the faint, almost imperceptible whispers that seemed to come from all around him. Eliza! The voices murmured, their tone both sad and urgent. Find her, help her. Thomas followed the whispers, his heart pounding in his chest. The shadows seemed to dance around him, guiding him deeper into the forest. Finally, he came upon a clearing, bathed in the pale light of the moon. In the center of the clearing stood a figure, translucent and shimmering like mist. It was Eliza. Her eyes met his, filled with a sorrow that pierced his soul. "Thank you for coming," she said, her voice a soft echo. "I've been trapped here for so long, unable to move on. The forest holds me, bound by the pain of my untimely death." Thomas felt a surge of determination. "How can I help you?" he asked. Eliza pointed to a nearby tree, its roots twisted and gnarled. "Beneath this tree lies the truth of what happened to me. Unearth it, and you will set me free." With trembling hands, Thomas began to dig. The earth was hard and unyielding, but he persisted. Driven by the hope of freeing Eliza's spirit, Thomas finally brushed against something solid. He pulled it from the ground, a small, rusted locket, its surface etched with intricate designs. As he held the locket, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. Eliza's form began to shimmer and fade. "Thank you," she said, her voice filled with gratitude. "You have given me peace." With those final words, Eliza's spirit dissolved into the night, the whispers fading with her. The forest fell silent, the shadows still once more. Thomas returned to the village, the locket clutched in his hand. He told the villagers what he had seen, and though some were skeptical, others believed him. The locket was placed in the village church, a reminder of Eliza's story and the power of compassion. From that day on, the whispers in the forest ceased, and the legend of the Whispering Shadows became a tale of redemption. And though the forest remained a place of mystery, it was no longer feared, for it was said that Eliza's spirit watched over it, a guardian of the woods she had loved so dearly.